Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Sim, thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I think this man was absolutely right when he said he loved the poorly educated because the things that I've been seeing recently tells a lot about some people's mental well-being and some people's education. Because tell me how a full-grown ass man is actually mounted his camera and he's trying to tell us that Trump for 2028. You absolutely will see it. Slavery wasn't that bad. Trump is tired of the Smithsonian spreading lies. It is amazing how people that did not go through slavery or their ancestors did not go through slavery are the ones telling people that went through slavery, that experienced slavery, that it wasn't all that bad. So, who are you to tell people that had an experience of something that it wasn't all that bad? That is how disgusting some people's mindset and attitude is. And now he decided to crown it all to tell us like, yeah, I think, Trump 2028, maybe we don't need a dictatorship. Trump will lead, maybe we do need a dictatorship, a dictator. Trump will lead in the right direction. See, that is how disgusting some people already are. That is how messed up some people's mindset are. Some people probably do not understand the meaning of dictatorship or dictator, but they want to speak English because English is their first language and then come out to tell me that I have an accent. Let's get into this video.
You all say hello to Jimmy, and Jimmy is your run-of-the-mill, mediocre, translucent, troglodytic snow roach, escapee from the Caucasus Mountains by the way of my family tree is a reef. Yeah, Jimmy can't help it. That's just who Jimmy is. Now, Jimmy had a lot to say about slavery. Let's listen to it.
Slavery wasn't that bad. Trump is absolutely right. He didn't say slavery wasn't bad. He said it wasn't that bad. And the Smithsonian is in the wrong for this, baby. Because they out here spreading all these rumors and lies. They're exaggerating it like Hollywood does in the movies. Everybody didn't own slaves. Every state didn't participate in slavery. Everybody wasn't rich enough to own slaves. But yes, America did participate in slavery like every other country and continent at that time. But it wasn't as bad as the media portrays it. It's almost as exaggerated as the Wild West is in Hollywood. They act like the Wild West was just gunslinging every day and gunfighting, and you had to watch out for your life and nobody was safe. And we all know that's a bunch of made up BS, and the Wild West wasn't as bad as that. So y'all think they ain't made up slavery? Y'all need to quit talking about this shit. I mean, that was a long time ago. We're in 2025, but it wasn't that bad, people.
Now, before you all go off the chain and get mad at Jimmy, understand that even though Jimmy is on a cocktail of dick, dope, and dog food, a broke clock is right twice a day. And this was Jimmy's turn to be right, because slavery was not that bad for white people. Slavery wasn't that bad for white people like Jimmy here. Even though they wasn't rich enough to own slaves, they benefited from a society that would have been the fourth richest nation on the planet, just counting the South, if it was allowed to form its own country. There were more millionaires in the Mississippi Valley in the southern portion than there were in the rest of the country. Yeah, see, mediocre white men like Jimmy here, they didn't have to do the labor that they were not physically able to do anyway, and it freed them up to produce offsprings with their sisters. Now, this video won't be up long because I'll be tagging Jimmy right here, and he will get in his inbred feelings and report my video, and it will be taken down. Even though I am agreeing with Jimmy, I'm just helping him flush out his point a little better. Y'all have the day you deserve, and may the ancestors judge you accordingly.
Yo, maybe we like a dictator, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we need Trump to do some dictation out here, get this nation back on track, because Trump is a smart man. He's a man of common sense. He always comes up with great ideas, and everything he does is for the betterment of America and making America great again. So Maybe we need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to just make Trump a dictator. Maybe we need to throw out the democracy and all this. Maybe we don't need to worry about anything. Just let Trump rule till he dies, and then we'll figure it out after that. What do y'all say, folks? I mean, I'm down with it. I don't care. Let Trump be a dictator. I mean, he's not a dictator, but let's just go on and make him a dictator, because it seems like a lot of people say maybe we do need a dictator in this country. Maybe we need to change our ways. Maybe we need to do a 180 or something, because we're going in the wrong direction. And I think Trump can lead us in the right direction. I think he should be our dictator, baby. Trump's dick.
We're all being fucked here. You understand that, right? Like, you've got to let go of your left versus right, red versus blue. You've got to let go of that. It is top versus bottom, and they're fucking us in the ass, and they always have been, okay? While they convince us to fight each other because they pretend to fight each other on screen, at the end of the day, they're going to the same dark, smoky room, sipping brandy and laughing their asses off at us, okay? Look, we've all been convinced that, you know, it's not important to pair bond and have a family and do the important things in life, because those truly are the important things. That's enjoying your home and the people you care about. You've been told that that makes you fucking lazy and you're not a good fucking contributing member of society. You're a fucking worker bee is what you are, and they can't allow you off that fucking hamster wheel. And that used to be just the case for like vacations and things like that. That's why it's so fucking expensive to fly a round trip anywhere else in the world, hell, anywhere else in the country. But you got fucking baristas from Australia and Germany coming and spending a fucking month here because it's so cheap for them. That's the fucking point. They want it to be a pain in the fucking ass for you to go anywhere or do anything that takes you too far away from your fucking hamster wheel. And look, they've got half of us convinced that you're fucking lazy and entitled because you feel like people should have the right to fucking food and shelter and education and the right to go to the fucking hospital if you get injured or get sick. Those aren't privileges. Those are things as a society that we should want to contribute to. Well, not with my tax dollars. What the fuck do you mean? What do you want that money to go to? Do you want that money to go to fucking Israel? To fucking Ukraine? Is that where you want it to go? To go fucking blow up children in some other country that you can't even find on the fucking map, but God forbid somebody gets to go to the fucking hospital when they break their leg? What the fuck are we doing here? And I know that feels like an attack on the right. You're not getting away from this either, left. I mean, God, y'all have so bought in to the fucking obvious fucking Project Mockingbird propaganda where the media just wants you spun the fuck up and upset about everything. Everything's fucking racist. Everybody's a fucking Nazi. Look, if everything is racist, then nothing is racist. If everyone's a Nazi, then no one's a fucking Nazi. We have got to let go of these narratives that we've been spoon-fed, and we just digest and move along and regurgitate over everyone that we come in contact with. And the reason you do it, look, I know you feel smart because you're saying the right words, and some of them are big. You're not. You don't have a fucking honest, original thought in your fucking head if I can predict the next 5 things coming out of your mouth, because I also watch a balance of CNN and Fox News so I can understand the fucking enemy. And the enemy is the people that are deliberately fucking cratering the middle class in this fucking country. Do you not understand? And look, I understand the narrative going around now. They're like, well, AI and these fucking automation and robots and stuff, they'll never take all our jobs, because if nobody has jobs, they won't have any money to buy their products and services, and then those companies will go under. We're past that. We've crossed that fucking Rubicon. They don't care. What they're doing is everything they fucking can to milk the last bit out of you to train their fucking AI and their fucking bots for the automation. Because once none of us have jobs or fucking money and we're all fucking starving and homeless and dying off, they don't fucking need us anymore. Because in the time it took us to train our replacements, they're not replacing us at our jobs. They're replacing us to do all of the shit for the people that are left, that had the means to leech every amount of fucking value, every tangible fucking cool asset you could own, whether it be yachts or mansions or fucking gold trinkets or fucking movie theaters in your fucking basement or a bowling alley in your fucking attic, which sounds crazy, but they're rich enough to fucking do it. They're doing all of this on purpose, so when none of us are fucking left, they don't fucking care anymore, because their lives are already awesome. And they don't need me or you to fucking write the TPS reports or have the meeting about the meeting. They don't need fucking people that may or may not have come here legally or not just because they were struggling to find a better way to live. I wish they'd have come here the right way, but they didn't. And a lot of times they're doing shit we don't want to do. Kind of like cleaning those rich people's toilets or tending their fucking vast lawns and fucking ranches and shit like that. I know that sounds fucked up. Stay with me. They don't need those people anymore either, because there will be bots run by fucking AI that can handle the fucking shrubbery, that can clean the fucking toilet. There's no longer meetings about meetings because there's no menial fucking jobs anymore. It's all been done. We're reaching the fucking end game. Wake the fuck up.
Hey guys, let's read this one. They are really trying to convince themselves that Trump and his cabinet isn't about racism. I don't know if it's something they do to make themselves feel good, to feel better about the situation, or just not to hear about us. To just erase us altogether and say it's not about us. And the whole thing is about black people. It really is. And yes, it's about screwing you too, because in order to screw us, poor white folks got to be screwed too. They have to suffer, but a lot of them are willing to suffer. They are willing to suffer if they know we are. And baby, it's all about racism, no matter how you read it. It's not about race. It's not even politics. It's rich versus poor. It always has been and always will be. When we fight amongst ourselves, they can easily move in secret. Baby, they're not moving in secret. They're moving in public. He just announced all the cities he was sending his recruits to. They just brought in the cartel from Mexico and released them on the streets in America. Yes, did you hear about that? He's even making announcements about releasing people who do the D-rug criminals, you know, the ones who were selling on the streets. He already announcing about delivering, you know, letting all of them out. And that's who he mostly let out, you know, doing his pardons. Do you know he let out a cop killer, black guy, who had the same lawyer his son had? So you wonder if they know each other. And he pardoned him. And he was one of the biggest D-rug dealers out here. Okay? But him and his son and him had the same lawyer. He pardoned him. But soon after he pardoned him, he almost beat his wife to death, and he's back in jail right now. I don't know when he's getting back out, but he's back in jail. Did you know that? See, you guys, you want to believe that because your feelings hurt. But it's all about racism. So why would they release why would he release a black drug dealer? Because it would benefit him, because he can put him back on the streets to do the same thing so more people can get arrested. Get it? Y'all must don't think it's simple the way they think. It's really simple. If I let all these D-rug dealers out, they can go back and recruit these young men, and then we would still let them be free, and we can arrest all of them, put them in jail, and force them back into slavery. It sounds really simple, because it really is that simple. I mean, do your research. What do you think Alligator Alcatraz is all about? Read about Natchez, Mississippi, and the Devil's Punch Bowl. So you'll say it wasn't about that, because you know what? Your people clean up history. But Alcatraz is the same thing as the Devil's Punch Bowl. The Devil's Punch Bowl is where they put the freed slaves at. It was full of alligators and told them not to leave that area. So they didn't even have cages to keep them safe from the alligators. They had to put themselves in trees and around the area so the alligators wouldn't eat them at night. Imagine having your baby in your arm and you got to sleep in a tree for the night so the alligator won't eat you and your baby. I want you to just imagine that in the dark woods with no lights, no electricity. I want you to think about mosquitoes biting you, bugs, all kind of bugs eating on you, and you got to get up in the morning and hope you can climb out that tree and not get eaten so you can find some kind of food to feed your family. I really want you to think about that when you write stupid, idiotic stuff like this. And yes, if you're poor and you're white, they're going to be against you too. But you are a casualty of their war. It ain't just about rich and rich and poor. It's just not about that. It's about power. Because I see poor people with Trump hats on, with the raggedest trucks, poppling down the road. I see them every day. I see the raggediest homes with Trump signs all over them, and people live in them. White people. I've been all across this country except Alaska. And where else? Except Alaska's, I think, the only state I haven't been to. Yeah, Alaska. And I've been everywhere. I've been through just about every sundown town you can think of. So what you're saying, dear, that's not what it's about. Because I want you to go and do some research right now. When he did the video, when he did the press conference the other day, and he named all the cities he was sending his Gestapo crew to, every single city he named was a black mayor. Explain that. If it's not about race. If he's sending all of these deputized people, J6ers and all, races, Ku Klux Klanners, whatever, he's sending them all to cities where there is a black mayor. And crime is down 30% since Biden, 30% in Washington, D.C., where a black mayor is. So explain why they are doing that. Why are they on the ground in Washington, D.C. if crime is down 30%? Why are they attacking adult males when it's supposed to be a curfew for under 17? Answer those questions, ma'am. I know this makes you feel good. I know this makes you feel less not benefiting from slavery, but you still do. You benefit from racism, slavery. You benefit from the Jim Crow laws. Because I keep telling folks, and I'm going to keep pushing this, where are we in the industrial complex? I don't want to hear that I can get a job. I got a job. I have a job. I can go to work. I can go clean butt all day long. I always be a CNA. I can be a home care aide. You can take that class in less than 2 or 3 weeks and be done with it. So having a job ain't it. Oh, you can get a job. You can get hired just like me. But where am I at in that? Do I have a company that I make pipes and I sell pipes to the government in the city? Do I have that? No. Do I have a company where I make complex things for the computer, like computer chips? Do I own that? No. Do I own a computer company? Although a black man invented the laptop, the tabletop video games for y'all to be sitting at home playing video games and then getting on here making all them racist statements, but steady playing the video game at home. I never understood that. And you on your phone. Black men help invent this phone. Black woman help invent this video and stuff that you looking at. Not white folks. They just sell it and make all the money from it. And Chinese people are the ones who make all this stuff. That's why they try to keep us and them divided and hating each other. That's why they gave them 2 free years of taxes and told them they had to put a business in a black neighborhood with no taxes for 2.5 years. But it had to be in our neighborhood. And then they doubled our taxes so we could go out of business. Did you know that? You need to learn some history before you write this crap. It's not rich versus poor. Maybe in your realm, rich versus poor. Maybe the grapes of wrath are happening between white folks. Because even if we weren't here, y'all would still be going through that. But it ain't about that right now. And the way that y'all became rich and your forefathers became rich is off the backs of us. Okay? That's the only reason. And before y'all even had y'all 1776, we were here in the 60s. We got here, we was already here. 1500s, we were already here. Y'all started y'all slavery in the 1600s. We were already here, hundreds of years before y'all ever got here. So, but you couldn't do the work. And you still can't do the work. Y'all still got to make a machine. When we stopped, black women stopped working in your house, y'all know what was invented? The vacuum cleaner. You know what was invented? The hand mixer, the electric mixer to mix your cakes and pies with. All that stuff was invented for you. Because you couldn't do the work. And now that you have to, all y'all upset and angry. Because, baby, this is for y'all. But it definitely has nothing to do with us, because it's all about racism. Like I said, look up the cities he's attacking right now. Only black mayors, and explain.
This is all I got from this video. Some people will be wondering, where did the woman coming from? I mean, how did her... Now, let me tell you. The white man that talked about everything, this is a class war, make no mistake, right? And a white woman went to the comment section to drop a comment where somebody said, this is red and blue. Okay, red and blue are wings of the same bird, right? So the white woman now dropped this comment. It is not about race. It is not even politics. It is rich versus poor. It always has been and always will be. When we fight among ourselves, they can more easily move in secret. I am going to also keep the comment so you can see it, right? I don't know if most white people are acting blind, or they just want to make it look like they are also going through what black people are going through, or they have refused to see what is going on with black people, or they just do not hear. I don't know, but sometimes I feel like they want to attach themselves into everything going on with black people, because they also want to receive the same sympathy. They also want to be like, it is not all about you at this point in time, because... And I am not saying it is always about black people, but you all can see what is going on today, right? Like the man said, that it's going on. You can see that it is directed at black people. But they will still look for a way to insert themselves into that problem black people are going in, making it look like they are also going through what black people... You guys are not, except the poor white people that have refused to listen, that have refused to acknowledge that they are poor and that they are having the same problem like black people are having, because they have helped. I have been saying this for how many days? Poor white people have elevated rich white people to execute their plans they have uplifted them. They have done everything for them free. Sometimes I feel like I don't know, do not get me wrong, some white men and women really do need orientation. I don't know if it is lack of education, because if you are knowledgeable enough and you know what happened, or I don't know, education doesn't have to be actually, you must not actually go to college, right? High school education is also very vital, because at this point, it looks like some people do not even, are acting like they don't have anyone at all. Because tell me how this, if I say this person is idiot, and somebody will say, why are you being mean on camera? I am not being mean. But there are some things people will do and say, you cannot question their character and their mentality. You went to school, and somebody is telling you that slavery, or you read about slavery, you know about slavery, and somebody wants to tell you that it wasn't as bad as they say, and you believe the person. See how he's so proud, saying, I believe what he said. He said it happened, but it wasn't as bad as you make it look or sound. Are you okay? Sometimes I don't know how I see them, because it's awkward that somebody that has a mind of his own is being tossed around. And this man really knew the people that he has as followers, that they are poorly educated. He was so right about them. And sincerely speaking, they are poorly educated. Because why is somebody coming out to say something like this? That, like, who would ever want to, who would ever like a dictatorship government? Who would ever want a dictatorship government? Hey, I don't know. Don't get me wrong that I am screaming, but it's awkward. See, this thing has nothing to do with this or this now, but these people are so used to coming out online to say rubbish because they feel like it is their own that is in power. But if this were also a black person, I definitely would cheer this person up too. Because it's not okay. It is not the right thing to do. But we wake up every day. I wake up every day to some BS, to some bullshit from people that did not, I don't know if I am overreacting, but I don't think I am overreacting. Man, I am tired. It's tiring. It's tiring that these people wake up every day to talk nonsense. It is tiring that they are not in my people's shoes, but they want to talk about the shoes that they never walked in. Bye for now.